What's up, Rickers? No Policies here, and today I am here with week 1 of season 8 of the CSL, and we're going up against the NJ Flabebe, coached by Nerfertum. Yeah. So, anyway, going into this match, here's the team that we are facing off against. Now, Nerfertum has a Mega Manectric, Tornadus Therian form, Shaman, Tentacruel, Lucario, Ninetales Alola, Marowak Alola, so 2 Alolan forms, Pangoro, Quagsire, Musharna, Lanoon, and Volbeat. Now, going into this match, I immediately noticed that his only form of hazard removal was Tentacruel. That's not great for him, because a lot of his mons are weak to Rock. Not many are resistant to Rock. The only mons being resistant are Pangoro and Lucario, both being very strong hitters, but at the same time, Tornadus Therian's weak to it, Ninetales Alola weak to it, and Marowak Alola is weak to it. All mons that I definitely think he will bring to this match. I know what happens with the battle, but going into this match, my prediction for what he was going to bring was Mega Manectric, Tornadus Therian, Shaman, Ninetales, Quagsire, and Marowak Alola. I was close, not quite there, but you'll see when we get into the battle. But other things I see is Mega Manectric, pretty big threat, especially to Pidgeot, which I didn't decide to bring this week just because it just gets outsped by Mega Manectric. Regardless, can't give it a Choice Scarf because it has the Mega Stone, so I can't do that. Kind of just bad matchup there with Mega Pidgeot, even though Mega Pidgeot would do so well this match, it just can't bring it because it doesn't get walled. Like, nothing really wants to take a Hurricane, but say he leads Manectric, I don't think I die to a Thunderbolt. If I did, I don't know if I do, but Tornadus Therian also speed ties me, can probably do a bit more. I don't know if it gets Rock Slide or not. I forget if it does, but yeah, just a lot of big threats on his team. Especially Ninetales being kind of annoying to my Dragonite. However, it doesn't kill me with the Blizzard if it is a if it's a non-boost tandem, like if it's not Expert Belt, not Life Orb, anything like that, Blizzard does not kill from full. So, say, I thought he was going to be Choice Scarf very, very much, because Choice Scarf allows him to hit, allows him to deal with Dragon Dance, Dragonite, if I were to set up to +1 and Quagsire were to go down. Because Quagsire is really his only... I want to say it's only true answer to Dragonite, or D-Dance Dragonite, but I would say that a Scarf Ninetales Alola would kind of be as a good backup, because if I got a D-Dance up, he could not speed me, and then he pretty much loses if Quagsire's down. So that would suck for him if he didn't have that. So I thought Scarf was very, very good, so that's why I thought that, Blizzard would just not kill because of that fact. But yeah, so that's my game plan going into it. Yeah. So, anyway, getting into our team of this week. We have, as you can see, a few different mons. We'll save Dragonite for a little bit later, but we'll go over the first 3. Raikou with Expert Belt, Shadow Ball, Volt Switch, HP Grass, and Signal Beam, with enough speed to outspeed a timid, max speed Ninetales Alola, and pretty much the rest in Special Attack and Spadef, so we can take hits from Ninetales Alola, Mega Manectric, switching on things like Torn, just a lot of things. Expert Belt is there because I don't want to take Life Orb Recoil, that can be really annoying, and Expert Belt does give me a lot of power. Honestly, I didn't even need Expert Belt, it could have run like a Z move and been the same, but decided not to. Was kind of debating choosing either between Signal Beam and Aura Sphere, but if I ran Aura Sphere, it could not speed a Ninetales Alola, and that could be really annoying. So I just decided to run Timid, which does come to my downfall. I ended up so close to getting Aura Sphere, but I decided to choose Signal Beam because I thought Shaman would have been a bigger threat to Raikou, because Shaman I didn't really have any switch-ins for, because like an HP Ice, Dazzling Gleam, Seed Flare, and Earth Power Shaman, Life Orb, or like even like AV would be really annoying. That's just Signal Beam didn't do much. Like, it did, if it was AV, I think it did, like, 30%, 39% or something like that, but still better than doing nothing to it and being in a 1v1 scenario. That's just not something I wanted to be in. Next up, we have Antonio the Typhlosion with Choice Scarf, Flash Fire. Multiple reasons I brought this. One, so that Marowak can't spam Flare Blitz. Not really I don't think that Flare Blitz would be that spammable against my team. Maybe if I'd brought Delmies instead. I didn't bring it this week. But, you know, Flare Blitz could be kind of, you know, unfortunate. So, Flash Fire is kind of there, kind of as a safety net, so that Flare Blitz or any really strong hitting fire move can't really come off from Marowak. Not really the biggest thing, just because my team wasn't weak to fire, but Choice Scarf Typhlosion definitely can put a lot of work. If Ninetales Low is either not Scarf or just in general can outspeed Mega Man Electric, it's invested to outspeed a Scarf, random Scarf Shaman, which could be big threat. Like Shaman, I was actually really worried about. I could not let that thing like just run ham on my team. I thought he was gonna bring it. He actually didn't, but Eruption, pretty standard, just hits super duper hard. It actually OHKOs a Life Orb Tornadus Therian from full. It has a chance to at least, which is insane to me. That's just crazy. Rock Slide was there for Torn and Marowak and Ninetales. I didn't think that Tentacruel was coming, so I just weighed my odds, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to run Rock Slide over Earthquake. I was running Earthquake originally, but Rock Slide means that Tornadus can't just switch in and then just, you know, U-turn out. Get that all of that momentum. Not very fun. And then, of course, Lava Plume is just there for, you know, damage. If my HP is lowered and I can't Eruption anymore. So, therefore, you know, there's that. And then HP Grass, of course, is there for the Quagsire. I believe it does like 50%. Depending on his investment in special defense, but it does a good chunk, and, you know, I'm not going to let Quagsire wall my Typhlosion, because it's pretty much a switch in every time, unless, of course, it is, Marowak, which is a situation that is kind of annoying to choose, because it's like, oh. Next we have, Club Penguin, the Empoleon, Shuckaberry, kind of debating between Chople and Shucka. Decided to choose Shucka, because if I'm in a scenario between Marowak, I was really close to choosing Chople. I actually, looking back on the team that I had originally versus the team that he ended up bringing, I probably could have definitely matched up a lot better than this one did. But pretty much we're pretty split off. We have a little bit of defense investment, not very much. A little bit of speed just for things like Marowak, mostly, just in case you wanted to speed creep. And I just have 12, just in case you wanted to invest just a little bit more, just in case. And maybe for Pangoro, it's really kind of just there. It's not that much speed. But either way. Stealth Rocks and Defog, kind of just because his team is really weak to Rocks, and if he doesn't have Tentacruel, Rocks is a big priority. Ice Beam, of course, is for Torn. Kind of wanted to run Grass Knot, but I thought I just already had enough ways of hitting Quagsire. I didn't really want to, you know, I need more ways of hitting Torn, to be honest, because Torn is a pretty big threat. Skull is really there for just Marowak, Alola, and Stab. But Stealth Rocks are the main point of Empoleon this match. But anyway, if you could not tell, we are running Safety Goggles Dragonite. Now, I pretty much just had like a interesting like epiphany when I was prepping. I was like, Hail's gonna break my multi-scale. So, if Hail is up and I'm on the field and I get hit, like, you know, I get buffeted by Hail or whatever, and that's just not good because then my multi-scale is broken and then I can't live a Blizzard and then I can't, you know, TD and potentially, you know, win. But I was considering Z-Move, however, at the same time, Safety Goggles just ensured that I would not break my multi-scale from that Hail, which is definitely needed because if I don't have that, then my multi-scale is broken and then bada bing, bada boom, we're done. Anyway, Earthquake just hits a lot of his team. Pretty good stab. Considering Fire Punch, but Earthquake just hit more in general. Fire Punch did guarantee a kill on Alola Lola Ninetales. Well, Fly was like a weird percentage to kill, depending on the spread. But if like no defense or HP investment, that it had a pretty good chance to kill, like 99.3%. So I weighed my odds and I was like, Earthquake's just a better move in general. Next up we have Dragon Claw, just because I was gonna run Outrage, but Dragon Claw is just, I didn't want a scenario where I was like, going in, outraging, and then I could just get stopped by a little Ninetales and then killed. That's just not a situation I want, especially being locked into outrage and then, staying in and getting my multi-skill broken or getting killed. So, I think Dragon Claw, while it is less powerful, it still does a lot of damage. So, yeah. Hopefully we can get a DD sweep if we can break down that Quagsire. And next we have week 1, the Muck, just because this week has been full of interesting hacks, I guess you can say. And of course Muck is a trash monster, or a blob monster, just disgustingness. And that's kind of what this week has been, disgusting. So yeah, that's kind of why it's named week 1. It will change back to Heckus after, in later weeks, if I decide to bring Muck. But for now, it's just week 1, just because it kind of fits. We are AV. This is kind of my switch into Torn, Manectric, things like that. I was considering more of like maybe a Black Sludge set with like maybe Pain Split, but I decided that maybe Assault Vest was probably the best option just because it does allow me to switch into those moves. We don't really have a defensive, as a defensive Mon. So maybe Crustle, but not really. But I felt like AV was kind of worth it just because it allows me to wall things like Shaman a lot better. Torn can't really touch me unless, even if it's running like Psychic, that do nothing. A little Ninetales can't touch me, even a Psyshock doesn't 2-hit KO. Yeah, so Muck can definitely put in a ton of work. I'm really regretting not running Sticky Hold, and I knew, I'm going to say in this battle, if I'd run Sticky Hold, that may have come in clutch. Not really, but, yeah, Muck. It's an interesting moveset. We're running Brick Break, Gunk Shot, Thunder Punch, and Giga Drain. Now, I ran Poison Touch. I don't really know why I didn't run Sticky Hold, just because there's a lot of knockoff users, and getting my Assault Vest knocked off is kind of annoying. So, and it does come into play in the battle, and I was like, I literally consider that while prepping. I was like, maybe I should run Sticky Hold. Nah, I think Poison Touch is just a better ability. Kind of, oh, okay, apparently I got disconnected. That's annoying, okay. But you can still see it. I didn't really talk about the EVs with Dragonite, but it's pretty much just invested to outspeed at Mega Manectric at +1. Muck's EVs is pretty much just all out attack, a little bit of Spadef and HP, or a lot of HP, a little bit of Spadef. Brick Break, really there. I was running Fire Punch, but I was like, Brick Break hits Pangoro and just hits a lot more, and it deals with Aurora Veil. I think it's the same base power. I'd rather just run Brick Break. It doesn't hit Ninetales Alola, but Gunk Shot deals with that anyway. So I was like, okay. Thunder Punch, pretty much just there for Tentacruel, hitting Torn as well, but I'm pretty sure Gunk Shot does more, but it's fine. Gunk Shot does a lot to really anything, so it's not really much of a switch in. And then, of course, Giga Drain is there for Quagsire, because Quagsire is annoying, and I need to get rid of that, and if he thinks that he can 1v1 my Muck, Giga Drain's coming your way. So, it can 1v1 because I believe Earthquake does a lot, but Giga Drain is restoring my health quite a significant amount, because it is doing 50% if Quagsire is not max HP, max special defense, which in the battle it is not, because of the fact that it just took very little damage. And finally we had Crustle. I originally had a weird Scrafty set here. It was a lot of defense, weird like move, like it like knock off Drain Punch, Super Fang I think, and Stone Edge. I probably should have brought that, but I decided to bring Crustle just because I wanted, again, more answers to Torn. I know I was like, oh yeah, I mean, literally almost everyone on my team has coverage for it, but I still wanted a more reliable answer, kind of as a last-ditch effort. And if Quagsire is gone, which I keep saying Quagsire has to be gone because unaware, but if Quagsire is gone, there's not much that Crustle can really stand in Crustle's way. Like, it can just, like, X-Scissor on people. It can Earthquake, it can Rock Slide, it can just do a lot of things, and that's just really awesome. So Crustle, you know, Shell Smash up, maybe get a sweep, I don't know. But, anyway, moving on, I'll see you guys in the battle, which is going to be right now. So, let's go right into it. Alright, there we go. So, anyway, here is the battle. So, immediately we see no Tentacruel, which is pretty great for us, because no Tentacruel means that we can we can set up our rocks, and, you know, that'd be great, and he can't remove them. So that's great. That's something I saw immediately. I will say, though, I do want to mention this before I get a ton of flack for this. I was I was kind of in, like, a weird scenario. So I scheduled this battle because Wednesday is one of my only free days in the week. So I scheduled this battle, and then kind of out of nowhere, one of my friends asked if I wanted to go and eat. So I was like, you know what? Pokemon friends, Pokemon social. I decided the latter, and I decided to go out with my friends. Kind of my fault, which is why I decided to do this battle during that, because I felt bad, because I didn't want to delay this battle, because I would feel bad. That's really why. I could have delayed it, but I really just, I felt I don't like saying a time and then kind of just canceling it, because that would take me off, because I'd be like, oh, okay. But personally, this match probably could have waited, but I said, you know what, that's fine. And that's pretty much why I just play like garbage this match. Mostly because I just wasn't focused. I was really trying to play while not while I was driving, but in the car, just multiple different scenarios. Just kind of like, yeah, it was just a weird situation, and I probably should have just delayed it, but you know, that's my bad, and I paid the price for it. But, you know, it's a game, it's Pokemon, so as you can tell, we don't perform the best this match, but pretty much I should have suspected this. I saw potential leads probably being something like, maybe Torn, maybe Alolan Marowak to set up rocks, definitely Manectric, but I thought that Marowak Alola was definitely the biggest mon to set up, or set up like rocks or something, but I don't know. I just let him Empoleon. I was thinking about that a lot, and I was like, eh. Yeah, but anyway, but we lead Empoleon, he leads Manectric, great. Pretty much know he's going to Volt Switch. So, yeah, there's not much I can do there. So I pretty much just have to switch into Muck. Well, it sucks that I take damage on that thing. I pretty much have to. So I go into Muck. Should take this hit relatively well. I'm pretty sure this was a modest hit, though. I forgot about Intimidate, which kind of sucks, because, you know, attack drop. But, you know, T-Volt does 25%, so it does very, very little. But it still does a significant chunk. Now, Muck is in a position where, honestly, it can just kind of hit a lot. I was really, really close to running things like Rock Slide on Muck, but I thought that Thunder Punch was just better, even though Tentacruel wasn't a, I didn't think it was coming. I think getting walled by a Marowak, just because I had so many other answers to it, would have been better than being walled by a Tentacruel, because, yes, I have coverage moves, but you don't really see, other than, like, Raikou, there's really not many things I can really hit it with, you know, so I decided to run Thunder Punch instead. Just gonna Volt Switch. Pretty obvious that was gonna happen. Again, looking back on it, a lot of these plays are really obvious, and I probably should have just known them, but I just gunk shotted because I didn't want to over predict. And honestly, yeah. But yeah. Okay, so gonna gunk shot. Of course, that's not going to do very much. Marowak Alola, he makes the good double, and goes into Mega Manectric, predicting my Empoleon, but I'm pretty sure I don't. I think I go into a Dragonite here, which isn't bad. Like, I don't know why I went Dragonite here. I'm pretty sure I expected the Bone Meringue to go off on the Muck, but he tries to make a double. HPS does not even do half, so I'm tempted to stay in right here, but I know he's just going to Volt Switch and break my Multiscale, which would be kind of annoying, so I think I just go out right here into my Raikou, knowing that he's going to Volt Switch, which is unfortunate that he gets the momentum. But it's not going to do very much just because I have Spadef investment. Volt Switch just doesn't do very much. So yeah, gonna bring in Pangoro. Now this is where not having Aura Sphere really comes into annoyance, because not having Aura Sphere, I'm pretty sure after this damage, I know this thing's AV, because Volt Switch is 25%. Even a max HP, max special defense Pangoro would not have done that little. So that is definitely AV. Maybe max HP AV, but I'm pretty, with maybe like a little bit of speed, I'm pretty sure that was the set. I could tell that even without calcs, because I couldn't really use calcs during the match. Like, I think I used it once just to kind of gauge the damage on certain mons, but other than that, didn't really calc this match. But I just Volt Switch, kind of see what he wanted to do. Maybe if he wanted to switch Quagsire, I can maybe catch a Hidden Power Grass on that thing. But kind of gauge the damage. By this, I can tell it's HP, or not HP. Yeah, it's AV. And at this point, I go Muck, predicting maybe a Drain Punch, maybe a Knockoff. I knew Knockoff was coming off, which is why I should have Sticky Held. And also why I should have brought Scrafty. I was so close to bringing Scrafty. I changed it to Crustle today, actually. I don't know why. I changed it to Crustle because I was like, oh, maybe you can sweep, you know. I should have brought Scrafty. Scrafty would have done so much more this match, especially in Walling Pangoro. I didn't think you'd bring Pangoro. I mean, I don't know why I thought that, because Pangoro does do a lot. It deals with Scrafty itself. It deals with Muck. Or not Muck. What am I talking about? It deals with Delmise, too. So, it just deals with a lot, and I don't know why. Maybe I thought that Mega Pidgeot would scare it off. But then again, he was probably saying, oh, well, maybe not. But, Knockoff comes off here. I die. I don't know if that was like a roll or anything. It probably wasn't. But Sticky Wold would have been nice there, because I don't think Knockoff would have done that much damage. But maybe it would have still done like that much damage. Anyway, this is a play that I don't regret. It just kind of sucks. Now, I'm pretty sure even AV Pangoro, here, hold on. I'll actually calc it. If I can do, let me do a damage calc. Not sure if max, okay, so let's see. Let's see. Typhlosion? Even if, like, not Choice Picks, but Pangoro. Okay. Trying to see AV. Assault Vest. A Eruption killed. Maybe it's max HP Eruption, but still, 73 to 86. He might have just sacked it off, but essentially, that killed. So, what I thought was Pangoro is still really, really good for his team, because it deals with Empoleon. It does a tremendous amount of damage to things like Raikou. If he's carrying Ice Punch, that can deal a lot to Dragonite before I get a potential, like, you know, Dragon Claw or something off like that. So, I was like, okay, so he's either going a few things. He's either going Quagsire, Marowak, or maybe Torn, if he decided that he wanted to, maybe if he was AV, maybe he could live a hit. But I was definitely expecting Quagsire or Marowak Alola. Now, this play, I don't regret. Like, this is, I think this is still a fine play. Like, this is actually probably the best play for me, personally. I don't really think there was any really outstanding plays on either side. I think this was just a good predict on my part, or a good attempt at a predict. as you'll see. But I thought that an HP Grass was way too obvious, so he would not riskily switch in Quagsire. I don't know if he actually knew that I was going for Rock Slide here, but I ended up going for Rock Slide because I thought that he would switch in Marowak Alola because I don't think he would want to sack this thing at that time. So I was like, okay. And I made this play pretty fast. I was like, you know what? I don't think he's going to go into Quagsire because HP Grass is way too obvious to run a Typhlosion. So I'm just going to go Rock Slide here. Maybe I can get a flinch if he wants to stay in. So I kind of weighed my odds. It was like, Eruption kills. Honestly, to be honest, I probably... Because if we look at how much a Marowak Alola takes from an Eruption, it takes a heck of a lot. Like, that is... Honestly, I say good predict, but I bet you Rock Slide probably does... I mean, this is Choice Specs. Actually, Choice Scarf. But if I could have been Choice Specs for all he knew. So he did not know my set. So then again, it would not have killed. But I think Eruption definitely would have been the better play. Because a Choice Scarf Eruption does 2-hit KO Marowak. So maybe he didn't want to lose that at that point. So, I don't know. But Rock Slide, I think it was like not... Oh, I wasn't timid. I think it was like naive. With like 4 attack investment. So Rock Slide wouldn't have done a lot. But, I don't know. I didn't have Calc, so I didn't know that. But, I don't know. I Rock Slided just because I thought Marowak was coming in. Maybe if it was like special defensive, then it would have done less. But either way, Rock Slide would not have done more. So I don't know if I agree with that play as much. But either way, I went for Rock Slide and he stays in, and we don't get a flinch, and he just goes for knockoff, and now we have our Scarf knocked off. So pretty much Typhlosion is useless to me. I pretty much just go for Lob Plume, hoping and praying for a burn. Maybe we can get a Snag a Burn, but we don't. So, yeah. Get Drain Punch, get a little bit of HP back with Pangoro, so yeah. A little bit unfortunate there, but, you know, that's what happens. I probably should have just Eruption there. That was kind of a misplay on my part, but what can you do? So I get a Dragonite here, and I thought he would be scared out by a, I didn't want to go for Supersonic Sky Strike, or I didn't even have Supersonic Sky Strike, but I went for Fly because I probably shouldn't have, this is where not running Fly, or running Fly really bites me in the butt, because I couldn't kill it with Dragon Claw. Like, I don't know the count, but I'm pretty sure I couldn't kill it with Dragon Claw, just because of how... Not bulky, but Dragonite. I didn't actually import my sets in this, but that's fine. Pangoro. A Dragon Claw didn't... It did, but it could have been max HP, which is the problem. So, yes, it could have killed. Honestly, this entire game was really bad. I'm sorry, guys. Like... Yeah, this is not a good performance by me, and I think it's probably my worst performance ever in a Pokemon game for a long time. I would blame it on the fact that I was, like, kind of out and about, but I don't know. Not many excuses. I mean, we fly, he switches in Manectric, we get a crit, that's fine. Our multi-scale is broken, I can't really... I'm pretty sure he wasn't even running HP Ice, which I kind of crossed my mind, because I believe he would probably run like something like HP Grass, or else like something like Seismitoad walls it. So, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he just Volt Switches here, which is good play because, I mean, I can't really do anything about that. I could have gone Raikou again, but I didn't want him... I don't really know. I didn't want him going, like, into, like, Pangoro again, and then just kind of resetting it, and then just doing that again. But Volt Switches just gets me down. Yeah. Now, at this point, I could have saved Empoleon, but I was like, you know, I have speed investment. This thing took a lot of damage. I don't know the calc. But it didn't take a lot of damage from that Volt Switch. I assumed he was max HP Assault Vest, but now I know that he's Speed Investment. I don't know how much Speed Investment, but apparently enough to outspeed my Empoleon with my 12 Speed EVs. So, odd, but it worked for him. So, he's able to outspeed me, Drain Punch, get a lot of HP back, and now I can't even kill it with the next turn. So, pretty much, I have to go Crustle, Shell Smash up. Pretty much, yeah, that's really it. He kind of Drain Punches me, gets a lot of damage off. I get walled by Quagsire at this point. My only really hope is maybe snag a few differential points off with Raikou. But, yeah, Toxic me on Twitch. Of course, because the HP Grass is really obvious. I go for the Shadow Ball. He actually goes for the Stealth Rock, which is kind of cool. But I go for the Shadow Ball again just because I didn't want Marowak coming in. I actually misclicked this turn. I actually did know that he would most likely switch into Marowak again to preserve differential. But, of course, I misclicked. So, of course, I couldn't even get a 5-0, which sucks. I ended up getting 6-0'd. I'll say that right now. I'm not even joking with you. I legitimately misclicked because I was like, he's going to switch into Marowak. That's so obvious. Because, like, he would definitely preserve differential. Even then, with this Spadef drop, I could have just gotten a lot of damage off with Shadow Ball. But I ended up going for Volt Switch, which was, like, right next to Shadow Ball. I was like, dang it, no. So, of course, we give it the Lightning Rod boost, and now Raikou goes down. And, of course, he's going to switch out Marowak after this. So, yeah, really, really annoying battle for me. Just because I hate losing, so... I mean, I'm not a bad sport. I just don't like losing. So, yeah. Pretty much at this point, we have no way of dealing with Quagsire. And, yeah, that's pretty much my downfall. Like, because now it can just, Skull. It can just do all that jazz. I went for Rock Slide, seeing if we maybe could snag a flinch. I did not want to flinch him to death. He deserved this 6-0. I just played horribly. Picked bad timing. It was just a mess. And honestly, I'm just kind of annoyed, really, with myself, mostly. I don't think my prep was awful. I just think that a lot of my plays were bad. It's really starting matchup that kind of screwed me over because that gave him so much momentum. Because if I was able to lead... My only problem is, if I had led Crustle... Like, it would have done a lot, but I could have easily just torn through that, that Manectric. So, I don't know. I think it's only the first week, so getting a 6-0 isn't the end of the world as it would be, like, mid-season. But it's just really annoying. I came back, from a pretty bad losing streak last season, and just to lose again, 6-0, kind of just sucks. I mean, it's really all me. Like, I should have, this battle was just kind of a recipe for disaster for me, just because my decision to kind of take it out, on the go, being, like, giving it, like, a third of my attention, just all of that, like, changing my sets up, to fit his, to fit his prep, or to better not fit his prep. I think from now on, what I'll do, which really peeves me off, is that I'll have like a team, and then I'll look at it and I'll be like, this team doesn't seem right, and then I'll change it up, and then when I battle, the original team would have literally been, it would have been better. Like, the team would have probably won me the game if I had brought that team, which sucks because I hate when that happens. Yeah. But, I mean, what can you do? It's, Nerfurgeon played fine. I don't know if that was just a misplay on my part. I should have just Eruption. I could have easily made this down. I mean, he probably would have won regardless for this match just because of a lot of the things stacking just because I played badly. He had better prep. And honestly, I could have lowered the differential, really, but just stupid plays, honestly, in my opinion. But it is the end of the world. I'm not super mad about this match. It sucks to get 6-0'd, but I think we can come back. It's going to be hard, because getting 6-0'd is not the best, especially week 1. But if I were to get 6-0'd, it would probably have been week 1, or like even week 12, I would still be really annoyed, because like I like to end off with a banger. I like to start off with a banger, but you know, can't always do that. So, Nefertum is a good player, and I mean, I lost to him last season, like 5-0, 4-0, due to that stupid Azumarill, but this season didn't really need to sweep. I just was really under-prepped for Pangoro. Had Scrafty, but decided to scrap it. But hopefully next week, which I don't know who we face. I think we face, I don't even know who we face. I think it's Todd of the Chicago Buffalons, I think we face. So, it'll be an interesting match. We're both 0-1 at this point, so yeah, it'll be an interesting match. Or both from LL too, so, or season 3. I don't know. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. This match has been really drawn on. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the match. Maybe it was funny for you guys to see me get 6-0'd, but I thought it was pretty humorous, I guess, because, I mean, in the end, it's just Pokemon. I'm in this league to have fun. I like battling, and, you know, it's not the end of the world if I lose a few. Of course, I want to get better, which kind of just sucks to lose because I'm just a very competitive person. But I know that this is really my bad. We learn from our mistakes. I don't really... That's what's, like, it's really hard for me to, like... I try to find mistakes, and it's just really hard for me to, like, kind of improve on them, because I like, in these matches, it's like, I prep, and, I don't know, maybe I just need to go with my gut, kind of just not focus on... Because if I focus on it too much, then I kind of over-prep. So, I don't know. That worked for me the first few weeks of last season, so I don't really know. But then again, I don't know if I really over-prepped. I kind of just looked at it and just kind of, like, dealt with it. So maybe I just need to make a team and just let it go and just let it be. Maybe that will work. I don't know. We'll try new things. That's what the learning experience is about. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you didn't like this video, please do like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So see you later. Bye.